Going to sound great today because I do this every 4 years. I do my best. I'm all in to win. So yesterday I did Martha McCullum's show, Martha McCullum's podcast. I did a long podcast with Jamie Weinstein of the Dispatch. And Jamie is a never-Trumper, but he's not rotten. He's just wrong. And his sunk costs are so immense he can't cope with them. And I was just trying to split away a few of the never-Trumpers who have enormous sunk costs. So I've already posted a link to that. But this morning's New York Post cover is epic. Trump takes out the trash. And, of course, Joe Biden called you trash. Most of you people who are listening, it's about 80% R, 20% D and I audience, all right? I don't know what the Canadian and the Israeli audience is, but you're overwhelmingly pro-Trump. And I voted for Trump. And I thought Joe Biden calling the whole country garbage if you support Trump was outrageous, and he needs to apologize on camera, directly on camera, and own it. Not say that he misspoke, because I've listened to it like 30 times. He didn't misspeak. He thinks Trump supporters are garbage. Kamala Harris would not denounce it. Kamala Harris doesn't know how to do anything. As I said to Jamie yesterday, it will be a disaster if she's president. I mean, a disaster if she's president. No one understands Bay Area radicals, San Francisco, Berkeley radicals, unless you've lived in California and been to San Francisco NC. Read San Francisco by Michael Schellenberger. But Donald Trump, of course, who is a gifted politician, like another politician I'm having on today. Boris Johnson will be on today. So it's going to be a wild day at the Hugh Hewitt show, so don't go anywhere. However, Donald Trump heard Joe Biden call his supporters garbage. They went to Green Bay, Wisconsin, put on the trash collector's orange vest, climbed into a trash truck, drove it around, and then he gave an explanation of the trash truck and the vest. Cut number 10.
So this outfit, is when he called us all garbage. How stupid. What a stupid word. That blows deplorable away, don't you think? Of course, I thought irredeemable when she said deplorable or irredeemable. I thought irredeemable was actually worse, but deplorable seemed to catch up. But this garbage stuff blows it away. So I'm in this beautiful plane. I'm enjoying myself. Have a wonderful suit on. And one of my people came in and said, "Sir, the word garbage is the hottest thing right now out there. The hottest thing out there. Sir, would you like to drive a garbage truck?" Now, we're about, 30 minutes from landing. We had to do this pretty quick. I said, it's sort of cool, though, isn't it? Because, And I said, I think that's okay, but, I don't feel comfortable wearing a suit. And they pulled up this garbage truck. I don't know how the hell they did it so fast. I have very capable people. They put a big sign on the truck. Did you see it? I think they showed it. And then they said, "Sir, we have a vest." I said, "Well, should I leave my suit on and put it over the vest?" But that doesn't look very good, right? That doesn't look good. So I said, "All right, look, let me take it off." And then I actually said, I climbed into the truck, but so I said, "How the hell do you get into this truck? It's way up high. It's a big one." This was a beauty. I said, "You didn't have to buy it that big, right? You have to get it that big?" They brought this brand new, gorgeous truck, wonderful driver. He looked like Cary Grant in his prime. You know who that is? This beautiful driver. And he drove that big thing up. And I said, "Man, this is bad, because now I have all the cameras are all watching. Look at all the fake news. They were most of them. No, most of them. Many of them were there, and I'm saying, oh, boy. One little mistake with these guys, and your political career's over. You can't even. So I said, man, if I don't get up there, this is going to be very embarrassing. These stupid people, they'll say, he's cognitively and physically impaired. And I can't do that when I'm alongside of this great athlete. I got to get up to that. So look, the first stair is like up here. I'm saying, So I had the adrenaline going, and I made it. I made it. And then I gave a little news conference from the front of the, they asked their wise guy questions and everything. And then we drove about 2 feet. I got out, got into the plane. And then I got in the car, and I'm driving over here, and I have this still on. And I come into the arena, and I say, "Where's my jacket? I want to get out of this thing." And they said, "It would be unbelievable if you could wear it on stage." I said, and I said, "No way. I got 25,000 people standing outside. I got all these people here. There's no way I'm wearing it on stage." They said, "Oh, okay, sir." I said, "Get me my jacket." But if you did, it actually makes you look thinner. I said, "Oh." And they got me. I said, "I want to wear it on stage." When they said I look thinner, I said, "In that case, I'll wear it on stage." I may never wear a blue jacket again. I may go in this. They said that was the word, that was the key. Sir, you look thinner. So anyway, we had a little fun about a very serious subject. We had a little fun about a time where our country is not having a lot of fun because we're not doing well as a country, but we're going to be doing well very shortly. I promise you that.
I got to tell you, we've never asked the American people in a poll, would you prefer that your president was funny and had comedic timing, or would you prefer that they were incoherent and can't do even a softball interview? Because that's part of an undecided voter's calculation. Can I listen to this candidate for 4 years? Now, I don't know if you've listened to Club Shay Shay yet. Kamala Harris disaster pod that Kamala Harris is trying to bury. But when you do, and then you listen to this, you say, this isn't close. This is not close. So I went on with Martha McCallum yesterday afternoon, and I'm upbeat. I hate to say it. I'm feeling like 2012, and I got smashed in 2012. But the former president is a better candidate than the former governor of Massachusetts, current senator, and my friend Mitt Romney. Cut number one on
Hugh,
Martha McCallum.
When you look at the third-party effect in Wisconsin in 2016 and 2020, and you see how slim the margin of victory was in 16. Let's put these up. In 16, Trump won by less than 1%. Gary Johnson was at 3.5%. And in 2020, Biden won by less than 1%. And Jorgensen took 1% of that vote. Is there an RFK factor in Wisconsin, and we can show the Michigan numbers as well, that concerns you as someone who I know has said on your show you believe that Trump will win?
I think Trump's going to win, and I'm not concerned about the RFK vote. I think most of that remaining 3% are disaffected Democrats. And I also believe the CNN polls, gosh, I love CNN, but they are outliers when you line them up against every other state poll that I have seen in the last week. I think something is amiss with their sample. I think he's going to win, and I've said this again and again, because not only is he ahead in those states in some polls, in Wisconsin, he's got Eric Hovde. In Pennsylvania, he's got Dave McCormick. And in Michigan, he's got Mike Rogers. There is a great double effect in all three states. All three states. One more cut. Cut number 2 with Martha.
Hugh, there are more women who vote than men. Is that going to be the story of this election, do you think?
No, again, I think you can find some polls that show the gender gap for men is much larger than the gender gap for women. And those are more recent polls and, of course, doesn't account for the Rogan effect and the vice president's rather horrible week of press interviews, which continued on Club Shay Shay and other places. Here's what I think about polling. We can find whatever we want, a story we want to write. We can find it in some set of data. What matters to me is inflation. It's 20%. And the key poll, right direction, wrong direction. The best poll for Kamala Harris is that 62% of the country thinks we're going in the wrong direction. That's the best. Welcome back, America. I'm Hugh Hewitt. I've got to tell you, Kamala Harris tried to clean up the trash yesterday. And she got asked by a friendly fake news reporter. I don't know who it is, but she got asked, what do you think about this? ABC, cut number 15.
Trump says that while you were making your closing pitch for unity last night, President Biden was calling his supporters garbage. What did you think when you heard President Biden make those comments?
Well, first of all, I think that the president has explained what he meant.
Brett Favre, meanwhile, doesn't agree. Brett Favre, great Green Bay quarterback. Cut number 11. He was with former President Trump in Wisconsin yesterday.
I want to address the comment that Joe Biden made yesterday, last night, that said the supporters of Donald Trump, us, or garbage. I can assure you we're not garbage. How dare he say that, looking out? I see police officers, teachers, nurses, grandparents, students. I see everyday Americans that make this country great.
Thank you, quarterback Favre. The New York Post cover today is for the ages. Trump takes out trash. Now, some of you wigged out over a set of CNN polls that show Kamala rising in Wisconsin, Michigan. I don't unpack polls, but I talked to Dwayne this morning. I said, what do you make of this? Generalissimo, what do you make of those polls?
So the polls that are freaking everybody out is a CNN in partnership with SSRS polling group. They have Kamala Harris up 5 in Wisconsin and up 4 in Michigan. Now, here's the problem with the Michigan or the Wisconsin poll. The last paragraph of the CNN write-up of this, they refuse to tell you what the ideological makeup is, what the methodology is, whether it's a D+1 base or an R+1. They won't tell you that. Here's all they'll tell you. It includes registered voters, 726 in Michigan, 736 in Wisconsin, and our likely voters are a subset of those registered voters. And we weighted it based upon their likely propensity to vote. And we're going to put an error rate on this of 4.8%.
Oh, my. You mean we got closer to the election and they got further away from specificity?
Yes. So you've got a base of registered voters of 726. The likely voters we're counting is a subset of that. Maybe, 400 people?
Yeah, what I want people to know is,
and we're putting
the
a 5%
national work that's been done shows that there are a whole bunch of new voters who are not, quote, likely voters because they are turning out to take the country in a different direction.
Right.
And Nevada is telling us that. I don't want to say Nevada's a lock. I don't think anything's a lock. But, man, Republicans have never been up 44,000 votes in ballots returned with 1 day left. Never, ever have they done that. And I got sources. And meanwhile, the garbage comment, they're never going to get rid of it. Tim Walz, by the way, in Michigan yesterday was asked about the garbage comment. Cut number 16.
Did the president's garbage comments that he made, did it damage this campaign?
No, he clarified what he was saying. He was very clear about that. What mattered last night was the vice president.
Oh, you really think so? Instead of saying, I regret he said that, I don't think people are garbage. I don't. Could have said that.